Tonight on RollerJam, the red-hot Florida Sundogs face the Nevada Hot Dice in a cross-conference grudge match. The blazing Sundogs carry a torch of 3 straight victories and look unbeatable. But don't place your bets just yet. Ex-Sundog All-Star Richard Brown is back on the track and screaming for vengeance. It's the Florida Sundogs against the Nevada Hot Dice. Next on RollerJam.
From Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, this is the World Skating League. Tonight's matchup pits the Florida Sundogs against the Nevada Hot Dice. Welcome, everyone, to RollerJam Arena. I'm Ken Resnick, along with Lee Rehrman and skating legend Buddy Atkinson Jr. 2 teams tonight in very different directions. The Nevada Hot Dice, full strength, buoyed by the sudden return of their coach off from suspension, Little Richard Brown. The Florida Sundogs skating without the services of Posse and Suzanne Chalene. Their immigration status up in the air. They are nowhere to be found. The Sundogs just now getting back David Gleddy and Gina Lombardo, but they both readily admit, because they're shorthanded, they are skating, but neither skater, Lee Rehrman, anywhere near 100%.
Well, not only is neither skater near 100%, but these Florida Sundogs has done something very interesting. Behind the leadership of Captain America, because of the Posse and Suzanne Chalene situation, they have refused to add a male skater to their roster for Posse or a female skater for Suzanne as a showing of solidarity in the hope and keeping with that spirit of these Chalenes being back in the lineup very soon, Ken.
Well, it's a very generous idea, but perhaps they might be slitting their own throats skating shorthanded against the Nevada Hot Dice. The one thing in favor of the Sundogs, I don't think there's any Hot Dice woman that has the speed to stay with Debbie Rice. But anytime you have Florida and Nevada on the track, you've got to talk about Kane and Abel, Sam and Micah Martin.
Well, Sam and Micah Martin, of course, we know that Sam is called the Flame because of that flaming red hair. His brother Micah has that green hair. I don't know what the heck we were calling him Margarita one day. I tell you what, when these two get together, it's like some kind of a Christmas horror movie with all the red and green flying all over the place.
And Buddy Atkinson Jr., the Sundogs, great move keeping roster spots open, but with a lot of skaters injured, you think it's a wrong move to make?
No, the only thing they're going to have to do is pace themselves tonight, make sure they don't run out of gas. But I think it's a terrific idea, and I think it'll also throw the other team off balance a little bit.
We will find out, and you see the flames. Here's the music. Let's welcome the Nevada Hot Dice.
For these Hot Dice to try to get out and make it a track meet, Ken. We know these Florida Sundogs have refused to add players to their roster, and we know little Richard Brown is going to try to take full advantage of that, both with the men and the women. These Florida Sundogs, Captain America, you saw him right there. They've refused to add a player to their roster. I'm not sure how Denise Loden and Captain America and the rest of these Sundogs are going to fare without that extra person. We all know there's only 7 on a squad. Well, these guys are going with only 6. Sam Martin, Gina Lombardo, and some of the rest are all going to be called upon to step up extra. And, of course, starting for the Sundogs today will be that Denise Loden, along with Lindsey Francis, Kathy Evangelo, Debbie Rice, perhaps a still injured Debbie Rice and Gina Lombardo. And for the Nevada Hot Dice, it's Kim Hart, Shay Brown, Mindy Smith, Mandy Osborne, and Katie Cooper again. Look for these Hot Dice to try to make it into a track meet, Ken.
And the Sundogs start off with Lindsey Francis and Debbie Rice jamming in the Nevada Hot Dice. Connor with Mandy Smith and the Heartbreaker, Kim Hart. Right now it's Kim Hart in the lead, but very quickly Lindsey Francis and Debbie Rice as down goes Smith. Now Kim Hart is having to duel both of the Sundogs, and Kim Hart goes down courtesy of Debbie Rice. Great opportunity. What a start so far for the Florida Sundogs. As Francis and Debbie Rice are the only jammers out. Smart move by the Hot Dice. Their jammers have decided to stay back at Atkins blockers now. Fine move by Gina Lombardo from behind. Great move by Denise Loden, and right very quickly 4 big points for the Florida Sundogs. Great start for the Dogs.
And a big smile on the face of Gina Lombardo as she takes down Katie Cooper, number 38 of the Hot Dice. She got it done, Ken, and helped her team score points.
And now it's Laura Weintraub and Mandy Osborne jamming for the Hot Dice. And as they come around jamming for the Florida Sundogs, Gina Lombardo back after a mild concussion along with Debbie Rice. Leading the way is Laura Weintraub out of San Paulo, California, 5'9", 135. And jamming along with her teammate, that's number 37 in white, Mandy Osborne out of Broomfield, Colorado. And it's Gina Lombardo back in action from Tampa, Florida, the North American Cream Corn Wrestling Champion. She's going to need all her tricks trying to catch up when she's got to battle 2 jammers on 1, as Debbie Rice has been absolutely unable to get on track and now decides to stay back as a blocker. And right away you see Denise Loden sending one of the Hot Dice into the rail, allowing Gina Lombardo to go by. And again, Denise Loden takes down 2 more Nevada Hot Dice. Certainly Denise Loden picking right up where she left off.
And Denise Loden won always to rise to a challenge, similar to what Mark D'Amato does for the New York Enforcer men. And Jay Brown goes right after her, Ken. These Nevada Hot Dice women are taking it right to the Florida Sundogs. The Sundogs are up 5-3. We'll be back right after this. Although we showcased Denise Loden of the Florida Sundogs that last jam, Ken, the Nevada Hot Dice picked up the point.
Talk about salvaging something out of nothing. While Denise Loden was busy clearing house, the 2 Hot Dice jammers went by her and picked up 3 points. 5-3 Sundogs as we are underway once again in this first period. Now, out first bound today, this is Kathy Evangelo for the Sundogs, being pursued by number 34, Laura Weintraub. So we got a pair of 34s out jamming for each prospective team. Again, as they come around the curve, Laura Weintraub certainly the bigger of the 2.
Well, as a showgirl, we talk about the showgirl sizzle, but we forget to mention sometimes that these girls are pretty big here for the Hot Dice in the form of the showgirl.
Laura Weintraub, 5'9", 135. Now they're beginning to catch up to what was a fast-moving pack. And look at the Hot Dice led by the Heartbreaker, Kim Hart. Pin the whole pack to lift up against the track. 4 big points for the